Today I wanted to talk about my Scary Cat children's book. It is the first children's book I wrote about about a cat that is afraid of stuff. For the style I chose Kawaii, but it ended up being a mixture of Kawaii and chibis. I just like the way the little eyes look. This is the final result. See? Very nice looking kids book. Now we're gonna see what went into the making of the children's book. As with everything, it fell. As with everything, it all starts in the character design stage. This is the prototypes of Scary Cat. And this is the sister, and this is the mother. Since it was the first volume, I focused mainly on the look that I wanted for them for that particular issue. And as I went on, I eventually added a little brother and the father figure. Afterwards, I added her little friends. And that's about, after I designed their pencil look, I then went on to try to figure out what I wanted to do at 100% on coloring pencils and markers. Due to budget concerns, I ended up doing a little bit of both. And here is the art supplies I use. I was at first using fancy markers, but then I decided to just use whatever markers because, something money, something, and for the coloring pencil, I just used it in order to create a texture difference between the markers, because the markers were more for like the central focus, which was the characters. And now, these are the raw pages of the Scary Cat book. This is how they look without any of the computer stuff. See, I wrote the dialogue here with pen. Eventually, as I went on, I decided to just add it in the back of the notebook. And see, around a certain point, as you can tell here, I decided to add the coloring pencil to the background. Why? Because when I was scanning the pictures, the white ended up looking a little too dark. So then, in order to add more contrast, I had to add a little bit of coloring pencil into the background. And then future volumes reduce the white to as much as possible and focus more on the high color values. Well, this is just about everything that went into the making of the first Scary Cat book. Once I had this photographed properly, I then took it to the printer, and then there you have the physical book. Went from that, this thing fell, to this. I hope you find this little story amusing. Bye bye. God bless.